here is the Budara rock. This is the sacred place of the traditional owners here. Now, this one here is the male one. The one over there is the woman one. There's water in that one over there. Indigenous people were nomads, hunters and collectors, and gatherers. And they moved around from place to place.
Well, Wajarri is one of the largest claims in Australia, so it's a large area, and this is the first part of a determination. And the Wajarri people have been fighting hard for the last 20 years to get the native title recognised. They're very excited about the fact that they've got formal recognition after 20 years of hard work.
To see such a group of people all together in one place is absolutely fantastic. I just hope people get together and start moving along together and doing things for the betterment of the Wajarri people as a whole, not certain clan groups. That's my hope for the future.
This strong sense of attachment to traditional Yamatji country is reflected in the overwhelming number of Yamatji people who gather here today.
I can tell you that this is the best part of my job, to get out of the formal, stuffy setting of a courtroom, to be able to come out here on country, here at Budara, and one only has to look around to see what incredible significance spiritually this place must have for the local Indigenous people. It's a sheer delight and a privilege for me to be able to come along here and say to these people, this always has been your land, it always will be, and we, the Australian people, now recognise it.
I mean, you can go some stations where there's still bullet holes on water tanks where they've shot Aboriginal people, or they might have poisoned water from the early settlers' days. It's a hangover of the past. Obviously, those things don't happen today. And what we've seen over the last two determinations is the pastoral owners saying, you're welcome, it's your country, it's always been your country, let's work together to make certain that you've got access.
It's about sharing country. And that's what we wanted to do in the first place, you know.
We've never had a problem with access to Mountain Area, for instance, because the only people who want to come there are people we know, and whom, because we've been there for nearly 40 years now, so we get to know a bit. And you don't get odd bods just wandering through saying, you know, my grandfather was born at Taylor Out Camp. He probably was, but they haven't been back there. So the connection there's a nebulous connection in lots of cases, but in the practical, physical connection is not obvious to those of us who are on the ground all the time.
Like I see a sign down here, no hunting. If I saw something that is a delicacy to me, that sign doesn't mean a thing.
We've got 12 months to set up an ILUA. An ILUA is the nuts and bolt Indigenous land use agreement that then lays out that if you want to come on Wooleen or any property and you want to shoot, well, you can't shoot within 5 kilometres of a house. You can't use a high-powered rifle. All the nuts and bolts of how to look after doors and gates, and if we're mustering, you can't obviously come during the mustering time.
Wajarri people know that they're always welcome to come to Wooleen and do what they wish on country, so it'll just be a nice way to go forward on that, yeah.
And always have been, you know, there were Wajarri people here when I grew up, and they've never left. So they've always been here, but it's good to have so many here for a day, yeah.
I would say it's an absolutely magic day, mixed with a little bit of sadness for the applicants who didn't make it through. There are a number of really beautiful older people that I worked with over the years who, you know, were so passionate about this and, you know, really worked hard on it and didn't make it here today. So their spirits are all here today, and we'll be remembering them.
Today's significance is that, you know, we've been recognised as traditional owners of the country that we're claiming, and that's a huge step for us. I mean, we continuously fight the fight and argue about whose country is who and where we come from and those sorts of things, but you know, today is just recognised as our fights and the work that we've done.